Namaskaram. Namaste everybody, it's Ian Karyaga from Guru Yoga, and today we're doing a beginner's intermediate restorative class. So, hope you have your mats, your props, blocks, straps ready, and let's begin. So remember to go at your own pace, don't feel that you need to get into every posture. I'll start from the most basic option, and remember, be yourself. So let's start off by sitting either in a cross-legged position, half lotus or full lotus with the palms facing up this morning. And I want you to just slowly start to draw the eyes to shut. Thumbs connecting to your index finger. As you extend the arms, feel the spine start to lift as you ground your tailbone either into the floor, the block, or even a cushion, supporting the spine as you continue to lift the spine. As you take your awareness inwards, follow it, being led by your breath. Inhaling through the nose, and then back out through the nose. You can have a simple inhale and exhale, or if you want to transform it into ujjayi, this closing off, just parts of the back of the throat to promote this oceanic sound, this reverberation that will travel through the rest of your body, into every cell, promoting a heightened awareness of focus and concentration. Along with either breath, we're constantly purifying and cleansing. Cleansing our thoughts, our emotions, even our behavioral patterns on a physical level. And even on that material level of the physical body being purified, removing toxins. So with a slight lift of the chin, your gaze is now entirely within, but the eyes are slightly looking up in between the eyebrows. Just observe the self here. And just ask yourself these questions. When you're joyful or exuberant, do you go and search for action, do things because you're happy? Or do you do things to make you happy? Just observe all the things that you've done when you've said, I'm happy, I want to go do this, I want to go do that, I want to express myself based on your inner joy. Or are you creating misery within yourself, and a result may be boredom, that you want to go do something because you are unhappy, or you want to do something because you want to be joyful. So it comes back to that perspective, that perception of where you find happiness and joy. Is it something that's naturally occurring, or do you think you need to search for it in order to be happy or joyful, in order to express yourself? Thinking that you'll find something externally to bring joy, to bring happiness, to bring love, whatever it is that you're searching for externally, but really can simply be found internally. So with your practice this morning, this evening, whenever you're watching this, I want you to do the practice and experience the practice because you're joyful, not because you're looking for joy. You're looking for a stretch. You're looking for flexibility. You're doing it because it's already there and you're showing your expression through these means. So as you continue to breathe, observe that thought. Just notice how the breath starts to slow down, starts to calm. Start to do things because of joy, because of happiness, because of exuberance. It's a lot easier. When you do things because you're angry, you're frustrated, you're stressed, how easy is it to do things? How peaceful is it to do things? Just remember that. Where is your joy? Where does it lie? Does it lie in searching? Or does it lie in finding? And as you take your hands now, palms facing down, we're going to start to transition your weight from your right hip to left. Breathing in. And then out again. Switching directions. Deep inhale. And a long breath out. Taking a gentle twist, chest up nice and high, inhaling. And then rotating, looking over your right shoulder as you exhale. Crown lifts, breathing in. And then turning a little bit more as you exhale. Feel the shoulder blades spreading wide as you lift the crown for one more full breath in. And then back to center, opposite side on the exhale. Right hand out to the outside of the left leg. A deep inhale. And then turning over the left shoulder as you breathe out. One more full breath in. Turning on the breath out. And then back to center. We come back to the front of our mat. So remove yourself off the mat, remove the block if you've had one. And I want you to slowly tuck the toes under. And we're going to set up for your child's posture like this morning. So extending the arms. Chin doesn't necessarily need to touch the ground. I want you to just reach back with the hips towards the heels. And regardless if they're touching the heels or not, or the glutes, don't worry about it. We'll start to move. And then breathe into the shoulders. Breathe into the back. And begin to stretch the chin forward, lengthening the spine rather than kinking it back. Inhale. Chest slowly drawing towards the floor as you exhale. If you find that you have any shoulder issues or tightness in the shoulder, you can go wider with the hands. A deep breath in. Getting closer to the floor as you exhale. Feel the lungs. And then slowly come back up. Vittilasana, your cat-cow posture. So rotating the biceps towards the front of your mat, shoulder blades back. I want you to arch the lower back as you bring the chin forward. Inhale. And then chin to chest, rounding upper back. Exhale. We'll go again. Neck long. Breathe in. Untuck the tailbone. And then pressing back away from the earth with the chest. Exhale. We'll go one more time. Deep breath in. Back of the neck long. And then exhale. And as you press back onto the heels, you're going to lift the knees off, downward facing dog. So take the feet a little bit wider than your hips. Bend the knees, head hangs. Spread the fingers here. Thumbs, index, middle finger, and those knuckles. I want you to ground them as you start to walk your dog out. Breathing slowly and deeply into the calves, the hamstrings, even to the hips, and then the upper body has a quick check. Nodding the head, letting the head hang. Breathing in.
and then out. And then lifting the heels, inhale, shifting both heels towards the left side of your mat, exhaling. So as you press on the outer edge of your left foot, you press on the outer edge of your right foot. Breathe in, stretch it out, and then back to center, exhale. Lift again, breathe in. Switching sides to the opposite side of your mat. Outer edge of right foot, inner edge of left. Pressing away from the front of your space. Inhale. Then back to center, heels rise. Grounding the heels as you breathe out. As you lift the heels, feel the lungs. Slowly walk forward towards the front of the mat. Exhaling. Uttanasana. We're going to take a fold here. So bend the knees, chest to thighs, head hangs. And as you feel the spine starting to lengthen, lift from the inner arches of each foot and then just start to sway from side to side. A gentle rock. You're doing this because you're joyful. You have a little bit of happiness, if not a lot of happiness. What will happen is it'll show. It'll express itself throughout your postures. It'll be so much easier to release whatever energy is not needed or not necessary. Breathe in. Hands ground to the floor as you exhale. And just turn the head. A couple more goes. Lengthen the legs, inhaling, and then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, with your chin tucked in, come to standing on the exhale. All right, Tadasana, your mountain pose, right? So spread the fingers, palms facing down, chest up nice and high. You're gonna slightly look up. You're gonna take the hands in prayer above your head. Breathe in, bring the hands to the heart, and then folding, bowing, exhale. Halfway lift to the shins, bent knees, deep inhalation, and then step back, high plank, top of your push-up. Long inhale, bend the knees, lower to the floor, exhaling. We'll go into Cobra, Bhujangasana, slight lift of the chest. You can stay here or extend into an up dog with toes tucked under or pointing away. Deep breath here. Press back, downward facing dog, exhale. Feet together at the back of your mat, right leg to the sky, push it up, start to turn the hip open, lengthening. Deep breath in, right heel, push it away as you exhale, and then bend the knee. Feel the quads start to stretch as you twist over towards the right side of your mat. Inhaling, right leg straight, step forward in the lunge, lower the back knee, exhale. Chest up nice and high, take a deep breath in. Shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale. Tuck the toes under on the left foot and then bring the knee off the ground. Observe this stretch as you take another inhale, and then hips closer towards the front of your mat, exhaling. Light through the fingers, take a deep breath in, stepping forward towards the front of your mat, folding on an exhale. To the sky, mountain pose, reaching up. Deep inhale right here, maybe a little bit of a back bend. And then bend the knees, lead with the heart, folding on an exhale. Halfway lift, Urdhva Uttanasana, inhale. And then step back, high plank. You can go to the knees if you need to, lowering, exhaling. Cobra again, Bhujangasana, or an up dog, Urdhva Uttanasana, inhaling. Dog pose over the toes, exhale. Feet together, left leg high, breathe in. Turn the hip open, right heel grounds, and continue to spread to the left side of your body, inhaling, and then empty. And then bend that knee, point the toes towards the floor, open up the chest, feel the lungs, and extend that left leg, exhale, take it higher, a full breath in, stepping to the front of your mat, lowering, exhale, a little bit of a lunge, shoulder blades back, breathe in, neck long, and then hips come forward as you exhale. Start to look up, tuck the tailbone underneath, and then lift the back knee.
Breathe in again. And then come forward just a little bit more as you exhale. Now look up, stretch the spine, a deep inhale. Stepping to the front of your mat, folding. Exhale. Bring it to the sky, hands up in prayer. Breathe in. Bring them to the heart space. And then exhale. We'll go from here. Hands up. Inhale. Back bend. Bend the knees, forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift, bent knees again. Breathe in. Step or jump back. Hide a low plank. If the knees need to touch down, bring them down. Cobra, Bhujangasana, or an up dog. Inhaling. Down facing dog, press back. Exhale. Right leg high. Breathe in. Come forward lunging. Exhale. Chest up. Lift the back knee on an inhale. Step forward to a fold. Exhale. Back up to the sky. Hands in prayer. Breathe in. Do a back bend. Hands at your heart. Exhaling. Breathe in again. Nice and high. Bend the knees. Forward fold. Empty the lungs. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Step or jump back. Hide a low plank. Exhaling completely. Cobra, Bhujangasana. Deep inhale. Down facing dog, press back. Exhale. Left leg high this time on a strong breath in. Come forward, lunging. Exhale. Shoulder blades back. Deep inhalation. Lift off the back knee. And then empty. Another breath here, back knee off the ground. And then stepping to the front of your mat. Exhale. To the sky, mountain pose. Breathe up. Hands at your heart in prayer. Exhale. We're going to go a little bit quicker with the pace. Inhaling and exhaling, one breath in, one breath out. So go at your own pace. Reach up, breathe in. Bend the knees, forward fold. Exhale. We're trying to heat the body up. Inhale. To purify, step or jump back, hide a low plank. Exhaling. Cobra, here, or up dog. Inhale. Toes tuck under. Down facing dog. Breathe out. Right leg high. Feel the lungs. Step forward. Lunging. Exhaling. Lift the knee. Breathe in. Step forward. Forward fold. Exhale. To the sky again. Hands up in prayer. Inhale. Hands in prayer. Heart center. Exhale. Now reach up to the stars. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Forward fold. Exhaling. Neck long. Halfway lift. Inhale. Step or jump back. Hide a low plank. Exhale. Lift the chest. Up dog. Hands near the shoulders or underneath them. Breathe in. Dog pose. Let it go on an exhalation. Left leg high. Huge inhale. Step forward lunging. Exhale. Back knee lifts. Breathe in. Stepping to the front of your mat. Folding. Breathe out. Hands up one more time. Deep inhale right here. And then back to the heart space. Exhaling. So draw the eyes to shut. Observe yourself in this moment, right? Were you joyful to begin with, or have you created that joy because of the postures? And let's begin. Hands up. Inhale. Then bowing to a fold. Exhale. Take the feet shoulder width apart. We're going to come into Malasana, your garland pose. So we're here, hands in prayer at your heart. Get the knees to go a little bit wider using your elbows, chest up nice and high, thumbs connecting to the chest. And I just want you to breathe, feel the spine lift. So whether you're sitting on a block, if you need to, like this, or you're balancing on your toes, you can do that as well. Try to ground, right? Center yourself. No matter what balance you're taking, what option you're taking, just continue to breathe, continue to focus, and hopefully you can continue to be joyful and happy. All right, right arm on the inside. Yes, left arm high. Take a breath in. I want you to stretch that left arm as high as you can and as far back away from the floor as you can as you exhale. So it's a little bit of a twist. So you can look up if you need to. An option to look down is another one. Otherwise, we're here, breathing in, and then out again. A long inhale, and then that left arm behind your back as you breathe out. We're going to take the right hand, push it on the inside of your left knee. We're going to get this twist going just a little bit more, and as you breathe, you're slowly going to start to come up into a little bit of a squat. So it's a twisting, fierce pose. Open up the chest. You can take the inside of the thigh if the arm's a little bit shorter, otherwise we're breathing here. Inhaling, hip goes in that direction, head goes in that direction as you exhale. Twisting for one more full breath in, and then release, come back to center, hands at your heart space, exhale. Switch sides, left hand on the inside of the left knee or left shoulder, knee, right arm high, breathe in, stretch it as high as you can, and then open up the chest as you exhale. Neck long, deep inhale, and then twist just a little bit more as you breathe out. Core still engaged through the lungs, and then binding, right arm behind your back. So we got this twist going, right? So pull the shoulders away from the ears, take a breath where you look up or down, and then get the chest to widen as you exhale. Beautiful. As you continue to settle in that pose, we're going to take the left hand now to the inside of the right knee, and then come up almost 90 degrees, if not at 90. And as you push your left hand into the thigh, get the knees to go a little bit wider, right shoulder to go a little bit higher. Just using the strength of your legs, your core. Focus on relaxing, yet strong and firm. Inhale, twist a little bit more, yeah? And then release, come back to center, full breath out. Hands in prayer, heart center. Take a deep breath in, and then folding, exhale. So try to bring the hands now to the floor, knees still on the outside of the arms. Feel the lungs, get the stretch going with the inner thighs and the glutes. This is going to help with your digestion, right? Elimination. We tend to hold on to things, right, and have trouble digesting things. Elimination or purification or cleansing is all part of the process of yoga, all part of the process of expanding your consciousness. All right. You deem what's not necessary, not required to elevate this consciousness or expand it, and you come back to, again, simple, the basics. Breathe in, and then step back with the left leg in a lunge, exhale. So we're lowering the hips closer to the floor. The hands could be on a block. If you need to come up like this, shoulder blades back, but really take that left leg back. If you need to fold the edge of the mat over to support the thigh, so you're not really going in the kneecap, you want to use the thigh. If you need a block to support the thigh, use it. All right, go to the fingertips. So we're in this little bit of a lunge, and then start to move your right foot forward outside of a 90-degree angle. All right, we're going to go here for a moment, getting a stretch on the inside of the thigh. If you need to take the knee out slightly, go for it. Otherwise, we're going to come forward and then start to bring the elbows closer to the floor. So just that. Good. Breathing in, and then out again. So draw the chin to the chest, so you're looking through the legs, and then just observing this stretch. Inhaling, and then empty. You can come back up to take the left hand underneath the left shoulder, and then your right arm's going to come over your head. Breathe in. Or you can take the left elbow to the floor and continue to do so with a modification as you exhale. So spreading it wide. Take a deep inhale. We're looking here. And then a full breath out. Fill the lungs one more time. Reach up. And then release. Come back to a high plank. Remove the block. Lowering on the exhale. Cobra here, or an up dog. Deep breath in. Down facing dog, press back. Exhale. This time left leg comes forward. Lower the back knee, whether it's on a block or on the mat. Chest up nice and high. Really get yourself to move that left foot forward. And then start to breathe into this lunge. If you look slightly forward here, neck still expanding or lengthening. And then the hips are going to come closer to the floor. So really get the right leg to go back. And you notice the stretch you're getting through that right side, from maybe the right shoulder all the way down to the kneecap. Take a breath in, and then start to go lower, whether you go to the elbows, look through the legs, is your option. Otherwise, if you need a block to assist, go for it. Deep inhale, and then left arm over your head, exhale. So stretch it out, start to look towards the hand, and then reach up further with the left arm as you reach back with the right leg. Deep inhale, relaxing exhale. Chest up nice and high. Take a full breath in, twisting just a little bit more to get the chest to open. Exhale, and then breathe in one more time. And as you release, hands back on the floor, remove the block, lowering, low plank, exhale. Cobra and up dog, a deep inhale. Bend the knees, leave them on the ground, and then just bring the feet up. Keep lifting with the arms, all right? Keep lifting with the hips, and then slowly bring them forward. Take another inhale, core still engaged, feet to the floor, press back, child's pose, balasana, exhale. So we can do two options, whether you have the arms forward. Here I'm gonna bring the arms back, and then bring my right ear to the floor. A gentle stretch of the lower back, inhale, and then turn the head to the opposite side as you exhale. Feel the lungs, and then relax the shoulders on a full breath out. And then slowly just come to sitting. We're going to sit on a block now, whether you're in your hero pose with no block, or just sitting on your block, chest up nice and high, shoulder blades back. Yes? With the palms facing up, I'm going to draw the eyes to shut. I'm going to come to a breath, right? It's called Brahmarari. It's your happy humming bee breath. So what it does is work on purifying the body. Again, it's promoting this vibration, this resonation that hopefully connects you deeper into what this is, this earth, this space, this reality, this chitta or consciousness. So it's the same sound that you make at the end of Om, the sound. And we do about 3 rounds, 6 times. For here, we're going to practice that. Taking the index finger to the ears. We're going to inhale deep. So you want to make that buzzing sound like the wings bees that are touching, right, or vibrating really. Again, inhale. Remember, go at your own pace. Inhale again. Breathe in. Inhale. One more time. Breathe in. To bring the hands back to the knees, palms facing down, chest up nice and high. Just observe your breathing. Right? There should be this stillness now, within the head, within the heart, even within the body to a certain extent. And it's this stillness that should give you a direction towards locating and maintaining your inner peace. Fill the lungs. Slowly let that breath go on the exhale. Cool. We'll come forward. We're going to do Strasana, right? Camel. So you're going to tuck your toes under or keep them back. Have a block handy, whether it's at that height or this side in case you need to grab it. So for here, depending on the length of your arms, you want the shoulder blades back. I want the hips to come forward. And you really want to squeeze the inner thighs together. Not so much about squeezing the glutes. It's more of this lift and the bend from the upper thoracic. So it's an extension through the chest rather than you trying to hinge from that lower back. Even though your back is meant to bend from here, you still want to be supported in that area rather than trying to push and impinge on the vertebra, right? So it's again a lengthening of the spine and then rolling back. So from this position, you want the hips to come forward, right? Chest up nice and high. Take a breath in. And just lead the chin up and back. So it's this lift of the chest and the throat and the chin. All right, we'll go again. This time we're going to follow with a few breaths. I want you to lift the chest nice and high. And then you're going to take your right hand, this right hand, up to the sky, and you're going to find your right foot or the block. So keep the left hand where it is. You're going to breathe, lift, inhale, hips come forward, and then the right hand comes high on the exhales, right? So get the chest to wide and then slowly bring that right hand. We'll either let it float or find your heel. If you want your block to be somewhere close on the inside of the ankle, that's cool, but try to keep the shoulders and hips square. Take your breath in, keep lifting, yeah? Exhale. So from here, you can take your left hand to the sky, keep lifting up, breathe in, and then take it back on the exhale. So here, the neck remains engaged and active, supporting the back of the muscles in the back of the neck and the shoulders. Chin high, hips forward. Inhale. Lengthen the spine, exhale. So again, it's trying to lift the chin, lift the throat, and lift the chest at the same time. And then get the chest to widen. Breathe in. And then out. One more inhale. And then slowly, chin to chest, hinge from the hips, come forward, folding on the breath out. So from here, we're going to just round the upper back, chin to chest, take a breath in. And then pressing back with toe stuck under. We're going to rabbit, yes? So heels, hands to heels. Keep the knees nice and close. Forehead to as close as you can towards the knees, and you're looking through your knees with the top of the head on the ground. One more inhale, and then come back to sitting on the breath out. Remember, all these distractions that you hear are just fluctuations or disturbances that you can either react to or respond to. Whether you do nothing and continue on your journey of what we're doing now, or focus on something that's totally irrelevant. Again, inner peace is held within here, not out here. Chest up nice and high. We're going to feel the hips now on one side. Get a stretch going. Bring the chest closer to the floor. Really feel the ankles as well. Inhale. And then coming back up, we switch sides, exhale. Again, whether it's a half lotus position or just cross legs and you have one leg on in front of the other is cool. So getting the knees really to bend in this fashion here, nice and close, assists in joint health. All right? Because what we're doing is that when we bring the knees to bend here, what we're doing is removing all the blood in that area. So as soon as you release, all the fresh oxygenated blood goes back into the joints, whether it be your ankles, your shoulders, your elbow, your wrists. Coming forward just a little bit more. Take a big inhalation. And then release on the exhale. So now I want you to lengthen your legs. All right, remove yourself off the block. Legs nice and straight. Chest up nice and high. We're going to bind the big toes. If you can't get the big toes, we've got a strap. All right, you're going to use that. And start to pull the chest forward. So pushing the heels away, chest up nice and high. You want to lead the belly button over the legs. Through the lungs. Continuing to fold a little bit more on the breath out. Fill the lungs again. And then slowly release. We're going to find ourselves on our back. We're going to do Setu Bandhasana. It's a bridge. If you want to go into wheel and your back's warmed up, we can do that. So we'll start off. Feet shoulder width apart. Reach up towards the heels. Your fingertips can just reach them. If you have longer arms, it'll be about here. Chest up nice and high. I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Then I want you to just lift the hips. From this position, you can keep the elbows at 90 degrees. You can take the hands, support the lower back. Just ensure that the chest is lifting and pushing back towards your chin, which will give you height in the shoulder blades, which is key. Not so much you're trying to drive the hips up, more the knees forward and the chest up and back. If you want to interlace your fingers, you can interlace your fingers, whether you're here or keeping the hands that position, depending on the flexibility of your shoulder, the range of your shoulder, will get you in this position. And then feel the tailbone tuck under, right? Lengthening from the shoulders to the knees. Take a breath in, squeeze the inner thighs down towards the floor, and then exhale. Still have a slight curve in the back of your neck, so it's not completely flat. Take an inhale, and then release, come down one vertebrae at a time. Soles of the feet to touch, knees wide, your butterfly pose on the breath out. Just observe yourself here, right? Take the time to breathe. Have patience in what you're doing. As yoga is about progressing, not perfecting. Remember, you don't do yoga to make you whole, to make you complete. It's already there. It's just you observing or realizing that you are. We tend to miss that when we start a yoga practice. We think we have to search for something, to find something, to get something, to achieve something. But really, you just need to observe and realize something. Okay, we'll do another bridge. If you want to go into wheel, we go into wheel. So feet shoulder width apart. Again, bring the heels nice and close, shoulder blades back, chest up nice and high. We can go to this position. Squeeze the elbows together. If you go on to go to a full back bend, upward facing bow, go for it. Otherwise, hands are supporting the low back. Take a breath in. Take your right leg high. Open up the chest. Push the heels. Spread the toes. Take a breath here. And then the right ankle, left knee. Maintain that same hip height. Instead of dropping, you want to go up with the right hip. Really get the hip to open. Take a breath in. Lift. Relax on the exhale. Gently release. Switch sides. Left leg high.
full breath in, nice and high. Heels to the sky on the exhale. Strong through the legs. Take an inhale. And then left ankle, right knee. Another breath here. And releasing, coming back down. One vertebrae at a time as you exhale. Bring the knees to your chest. Little rocks, forwards and backwards. And then come back up to sitting. All right, we're gonna sit on a block, soles of feet to touch. We got butterfly pose going on here. All right, Baddha Konasana. So, getting the hips also to release. Chest up nice and high, just check in. Pressing to the left side, left shoulder dips. Pressing to the right side, right shoulder dips. And by doing that, you'll notice that the left ankle, whatever side you're pushing on, the opposite ankle is going to get that stretch. Do that again. Left knee down, right ankle stretches, left shoulder stretches, and then the opposite. Take a breath in. And then release, come back to center, exhale. Let's go into a pigeon posture. So for many of you, we do certain types of pigeon like this. But just to get a proper stretch, I want you to go put a block underneath your hips. And I want you to go 90 degrees, right? You're gonna get a better stretch with your hip complex by going at 90 degrees rather than just stretching a little bit of the hamstring. Left hip, moving forward. If you need a block, again, if you cannot get this top of the hip to touch the ground, use a block. Remember, our bodies, Western bodies, are engineered a little bit differently than Eastern bodies. So you got to accommodate individual postures for the individual bodies. You go what works best for you. It's not right or wrong, it's safe or unsafe, really. Chest up nice and high. You're going to feel that left hip drive forward, right hip rotate back. All right, breathing in. And then out again. Shins parallel to the front of your mat, toes pull back in, chest up, take an inhale, and then really feel that right hip rotate back on the exhale. Now you can take an option, arms come forward, still straight. Right? You don't want to lose that intensity in the hip. Just ensure that that left inner thigh is rotating in. So the left hip's coming forward, right hip is still rotating back. To give you a little bit more of a twist, left forearm to the floor or straight, and then you're gonna press your right hand into the right knee. Not forcing it down, but just enabling to get a little bit of a rotation going. Deep inhale. And a long breath out. Feel the lungs. And then slowly come back to center on the exhale. We switch sides. So taking the right leg back, leaving the block where it is. Left hip. For me, my left hip is a little bit tighter. So I gotta raise this block a little bit higher, chest up nice and high. This time the right hip is gonna rotate forward, left hip is gonna just push back a little bit. And then feel the crown again, starting to lengthen. And focus on the breath. And enable that breath, maintain its course to calm you, but at the same time strengthen you. To push through those fluctuations of your mind, the distractions, the disturbances. You want your breath to cut through it like a knife, but a subtle way, like a samurai sword.
Continue to breathe. You can take the arms straight if you like, shoulders away from the ears. Still meditating with that breath. And then that right elbow can go down to the floor here, or keep it up if you like. And then the left hand is going to just land softly. So it's not trying to force the knee down, but just using a little bit of the weight of your arm to get you to lift that left shoulder in the opposite direction of the knee. Take one more inhale, and then come back to center on the breath out. Just observe the hips in this position for a moment. Continue to release whatever tension remains using your exhalations. And you'll start to remove a little bit more suffering that's been held within your body, that's been held within your mind, even your emotions. Breathe in, and then slowly release on the exhale. Wiggle the toes. Take the chest up nice and high. Paschimottanasana one more time. Breathe in. And grab the outer edges of each foot as you exhale. If you need a block to assist, your arms are long and you get a good stretch. We're here. Again, you've got a strap if necessary. And then just start to fold. Start to look forward. Folding. Deep breath in. Bowing on the exhale. And slowly come up. We'll go to Happy Baby, Ananda Blasana. So grab the inner arches of each foot as you lie on your back. Knees nice and wide. And start to rock from side to side gently. Massaging the back. Massaging the organs. So they're pressed towards the floor. Breathe in. Slowly release into Shavasana as you exhale. So if you need to bundle up. Otherwise, toes roll off to the sides, palms face up, and then the eyes are shut. So as you slowly awaken from Shavasana, take a long inhale through the nose and a long relaxing breath up through the mouth. Begin to move your fingers and toes, your wrists and ankles, bringing everything back into focus. This lightness that you have, this exuberance, this joy. And as you slowly raise your arms overhead, take a breath in, landing them on the floor above your mat. Exhale. And then gently shift to the right side of your space, using your arms to support the head, the neck, knees to chest. And while you keep the eyes shut, come to a sitting position. Upright with the spine, eyes are shut, hands to your heart space. With a gentle smile, we continue our day off the mat, but still maintain our practice. And then we'll seal this practice off with one primordial sound of Om. Collectively, inhale. As you bring the hands softly to the forehead, bow the chin. Satchitananda Soham. May you find your truth to elevate your consciousness, leading you to a state of bliss, of ecstasy. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Dean Karyaga from Guru Yoga, and have a good rest of your day.